Mr. Craig.
Fucking fighting. What more is there?
Mr. Craig. This is getting out of hand.
I'm just trying to. I'm wondering where all the hype and everything coming from. I'm here to answer damn questions,
folks. All right, so we're here because there's an allegation of battery, of scratching and punching the victim, and this happened back on relatively recently here. No, I'm sorry, this is some time ago. I misunderstood the date. This is why I want to make sure, folks, this is from May 30th, 2020. This is during the pandemic. Do I have that time, that date correct, Miss Hoyt?
Yes, you do, Your Honor. It's correct. I'm sorry. That is
3 years ago, but crime is a crime if it's been committed. All right. And so we got that here. Obviously, Miss Craig is here, so we don't have any issues of notice. Give me 1 second here. Any other relevant information before I want to get to it? All right, so I'm going to allow Ms. Hoyt, Ms. Craig, obviously, until her 3 minutes are up. I'd ask that you remain quiet here, and then she can, then we'll allow her to speak. All right, it's 7:14, basically 7:15. So Ms. Hoyt, I'll give you till about 7:18 regarding this allegation that happened back on May 30th, 2020 regarding a battery.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're already under oath.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, May 3rd, 2020, and I know it's far back, but this is how long I've been dealing with trying to get this behind me. This lady has come to my house. Well, the last resident where I stayed, she came 3 times. 3 times. So the last time it got a little hectic, it did. I asked her to leave, which her and her husband had stuff going on. I ain't have nothing to do with that. They came to my resident where I stayed. I asked her to leave, her and him to leave. She did not do so. She came in, she tried to hit me with the car. She got out, she put the car in park. Then she ran up in my face. I asked her to leave. She still wouldn't leave. So then that's when he seen me and her had a little heated conversation. So he ran down to the little area where we was in the parking lot. So that's when my neighbor came out, the witness that I have today, that saw her when she came over there, all up in my face. She even asked her to leave. That's when she said, wherever her husband could be, she could be. No, not if you came 3 times and I asked you to leave. I don't understand what y'all got going on. That's not my business. But I got into some trouble that I shouldn't have. This has caused me not to work. I haven't worked since the pandemic. I'm not able to work. She bit me down to my nerves. And I did send the pictures and everything. And I've been dealing with this. And it's ongoing. And I'm still trying to find doctors to see about this bite mark. It's awful. It is awful. Your mouth is the nastiest part of your body. And she bit me down to my nerve. She used her teeth as a weapon.
Okay. And is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Let me just make sure I understand before we allow to proceed, because I'm having a little difficulty following. What is your relationship to Miss Craig? Or do you have a relationship with Ms.
I don't know her. I don't know her. I know her husband. Her husband has a barbershop. He used to cut my son's hair, and sometimes he would cut mine when I wore an updo. And it went with that. Me and him always have been friends. I don't know nothing about his wife. I don't know what they had going on. They had their own stuff going on. I got in the middle of something that I shouldn't have been in. Now I'm handicapped. I'm disabled for the rest of my life at 45 years old. 45. Just had a birthday last week. 45. I cannot work no more.
All right. All right. Give me 1 second. All right, Miss Craig, I'm going to give you at 7:17. I'm going to give you to 7:20 here to give you some background regarding this matter that happened on May 30th, 2020. Miss Craig?
Oh, you ready for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, she knows me very well, sir. Basically, what has happened here, she's been going with my husband for quite some time. I put my husband out. It wasn't just her. My husband had several women. I mean, plenty women. It wasn't just her, but the thing of it is, that day that I came to her apartment, I was coming to see my husband. Me and my husband had a dispute the night before, and he spent the night with me. That next morning, he got up to leave. We had a nasty argument, and I was trying to take my garage door opener from him because that's the way he had been getting into my home. So when he left, I followed him to her house. When I got to her house, well, not to her house, to her apartment complex. When I got there, she was standing outside by the edge of the road. When I went to pass her, she was standing on the phone with someone. I don't know who she was talking to, but she was talking loud.
Oh, we hold on, Miss Craig. We lost. Hold on. We lost you for a second. Now we can't hear you. Hold on. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Hold tight. We lost.
Can you hear me now?
Aha, there we go.
Oh Lord, I had to go back in and
All
reset.
tech support. All right. So you were
I
saying,
apologize.
I hate to say it, that he had a whole lot of women. So go ahead. You're driving over there.
I apologize. Yes, when I turned into her complex, she was standing outside the road on the phone with someone talking on a phone. When I turned in, I passed her. As I was passing her, she hit the tail end of my car with her phone. I thought it was a phone from her house, what they call a home phone, basically. She said it in the last court. She said it was a cell phone. But again, when she hit my car, that's when I threw
Stop.
on
Give
her.
me 1 second. When you say the last court, before we go into that, I just want to make sure what last court you've been here before.
We just went to civil court on the same case. I got the dismissal right here where I was dismissed from that.
Okay. I thought it was another criminal matter. I'm sorry.
No. This same case, she tried to sue me, but they dismissed it.
Continue.
So when I stopped my car, I jumped out the car. When she hit my car, I jumped out the car, and I did say, "Bitch, did you just hit my car?" And when I said that, my husband heard me because he was already at his truck. Him and her had been seeing each other for some time. So he was at his truck getting some things out of his truck. And when he heard my voice, he ran around the corner. When he came running around the corner, yes, I did. Me and him got into a little dispute there. We had a little misunderstanding there. And when we had that misunderstanding, I guess she got upset. She charged me next to my car on the driver's side. And when she charged me, that's when me and her went into this little altercation. But we really didn't even fight because my husband stopped us. He actually pulled me off of her. We fell into my car, and when he pulled us apart, he was holding me. While he was holding me in a bear hug, she was pulling my hair. Her neighbor, it was someone out there. I don't even know if that's the lady or not. But it was a lady that was standing out there. And yes, she was telling me to leave. She said, "Sweetheart," she said, "is that your husband?" I said, "Yes, it is." She said, "You shouldn't be out here like that. Go home." She said, if that's who you have for a husband, you don't need him. Go home." That's what the lady was saying to me. I don't even know if that's the same. That don't even look like the same lady that was out there that evening. But if it is, that's what she said to me. And my husband, when he broke us up, he told her to go home. He told Tasha to go home and told me to leave. And as we were leaving, my husband told her to call the police on me. And when he said that, he walked over to his truck, got his things, because he was trying to go to work that day. He went in his truck to get some of his things, and then he jumped in his truck to leave, and I followed him to work. So I'm not the aggressor. She came at me. I'm not the aggressor.
No. All right, so let's hear it now from Ms. Hoyt. We're going to go into the evidence now. So, Ms. Hoyt, you want to introduce any of the? I've seen the photographs. Is that what you want to introduce? Or you want to get to your witness testimony?
Yes, we can introduce the photo, sir. Your Honor. Yes, sir. We sure can.
Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Hold on, I'm just trying to pull this up, folks. Can reduce that. And ma'am, I'm not gonna be able to introduce, at least not publicly introduce any of your medical records. That is.
No, not the medical records.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't, I know, I'm gonna introduce the.
No, not the medical records. No, because they're ongoing. They are ongoing.
Just want to be clear here. Hold on. All right, let me see if I can pull this photograph. I think I got it now.
She don't want to see them.
All right. It's kind of rough to look at here, Miss.
Yes, it is. It is. It hurts. It really does.
All right. So what are we looking at here?
That's why she used her teeth to bite me. So she used her teeth as a weapon.
Okay. Do you know how she bit you or how this happened?
She bit me with her teeth.
No, what I'm saying, how did she get to your hand?
I didn't even know she bit me. I didn't even know she had bit me, Your Honor. I didn't. So now it has handicapped me. It has. And I am disabled. I have the paperwork to show that I am disabled. And yes, it hurt. It still hurt.
Okay. And you said anything else that have been emailed that you want to say?
No, that's it. That's it.
All right. What about your witness?
Yes, she's there. She's there.
Okay, let's bring your witness in. Where is Miss Craig? Miss Craig, can you turn your camera back on? Come back on the screen for me, please. And she's gonna give us some some evidence here, okay?
Okay.
And then I'll give you an opportunity to cross-examine. Miss Hoy, go ahead and unmute.
You talking to me, sir?
No, not yet, Miss Craig. Hold tight.
Okay.
Miss Mason.
Okay.
Yes.
I can see you got two cameras. Miss Craig, I must admit, you got a camera showing you holding the phone that you currently are holding. It's a lot going on. Miss Mason, let me get your hand up here. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and the penalty and perjury of law?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna now let Miss Foy ask you some questions, open-ended questions, direct exam questions. All right, and we'll see what comes out of it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, hi, Lisa. How are
Hello.
you?
Great.
Yes, that on that particular day, May 3rd, 2020, you did come out of your house and saw that it was a little altercation going on with me, Miss Craig.
Yes, I did. As I proceed to, first, I was in the house. I had my window open. I usually open my blinds in the morning as I proceed to go to my car to play my numbers, to go to the store. I heard the commotion. It was very loud. And as I proceed to get in my car, I seen Miss Hoyette and Miss Janice arguing backwards and forth, and Mr. Terry was right there. And Miss Hoyette kept proceeding to say, just leave my house. Just leave my house. Do not come to my house with this. I have neighbors. And I kept calling Miss Hoyette, and I told Miss Hoyette, I said, Miss Hoyette, just come on inside. Just go on inside. And as I proceed to put my tickets in the car, all of a sudden the fight broke out. As I ran over to grab Miss Hoyette and Miss Janice, they was proceed to fight. As Mr. Terry grabbed Janice, asked me to grab Tasha, and he grabbed Janice. The fight proceeded. As I broke it up, me and Mr. Terry, and she stated, BITCH, this is my husband. And Tasha stated, I don't want your husband. I want y'all to leave my house. As Miss Hoyette proceeded to walk towards her house, Miss Janice started to come towards Miss Hoyette. She picks up a brick as we proceed, and I told her this is not the way to go. She said, "That's my husband." I said, "I do understand that is your husband. I've been married for 20 years. I say y'all both needs to be whooping his behind, not fighting each other as Black women." So she proceeded to pick up the brick. I told her, I said, "Please do not throw that brick, because if it hits me, then it's going to be an altercation between me and you." I said, "Please do not throw the brick." She proceeded to throw the brick over my head. She jumped up. I kind of ducked my head, and Miss Hoyette stated, "BITCH, you hit me with that brick." As she started to walk towards it, and I turned back, grabbed Tasha, and Mr. Terry grabbed Miss Janice.
Okay. Ms. Hoyette?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Any other questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor, that'll be all.
All right. Any cross-examination, Ms. Craig?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is yours.
Okay. The young lady, Miss Mason, said that I threw a brick over her head. If I can remember, Miss Hoyette, Miss Mason it was a tall lady. She was a tall lady. When my husband grabbed me, he had me in a bear hug. When he had me in the bear hug, Miss Mason, was Tasha not pulling my hair when he had me in the bear hug? It was almost as if they was double teaming me, because he had me in the bear hug and she was pulling my hair. And what was my husband saying to Tasha? "Turn her hair loose, Tasha." When my husband pulled me and Tasha apart and he pulled me, he had me in the bear hug. Tasha started grabbing my hair. You and my husband was holding me. You was not holding Tasha. You and my husband, Miss, excuse me?
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm gonna let
You and my husband was holding me.
Hey,
My husband
I've been
had me in the
muted
bear
this
hug.
whole time, Ms. Craig. Hold tight.
Mhm.
You're not asking any questions. You're testifying, man.
Okay.
Ask a question. I see that you're heated. This happened 3 years ago, but ask a
Right.
question, please.
Okay. Tasha was, when my husband was
No.
holding me.
Ask her a question.
Oh, ask her what? Was Tasha pulling my hair, Miss Mason?
So when y'all was both fighting, you proceed to open your mouth. When you open your mouth, her hand was like over your mouth because she was pushing your face. So as you proceed to hit her in the head, she went over and grabbed while y'all was fighting, she was grabbing your hair and you was grabbing hers. Y'all both had hair, y'all was grabbing. So when you proceed, when your husband grabbed you, I grabbed Tasha. I never grabbed you. I didn't grab you until you proceed towards her house as she was walking in, and you picked up the brick. We have bricks out there. And I asked you nicely, and I'm a woman of God, so I'm not gonna lie. I asked you nicely. I said, "Please do not throw that brick, because if that brick hit me," I said, "then it's gonna be precaution between me and you." I said, "Y'all don't need to be out here fighting because we are Black women. You need the procedure." I said that y'all need to be whooping his ass because he's the one putting y'all in this situation. He would not stop from coming over to her house as she had proceeded to ask him, "Quit coming over to my house." He would not. Just like he proceeded to say, "I will be back tonight, Tasha, in front of you. I will be back tonight." She said, "Don't bring your old ass over here." But you proceed to jump over me and throw the brick as I ducked. And I turned around her, Miss Hoyette said, "This BITCH hit me with this brick," and started trying to come towards you again. I grabbed Miss Hoyette and told her, "You're bleeding. You need to go in there and call the police," is what she proceeded to do. As she proceeded to go in there and call the police, Miss Shannon, you went to your husband's truck as he proceeded to tell Tasha, "I see you tonight. I will be here tonight." And Tasha said, "No, you're not coming over here tonight. Just go and take your old ass on about your business." You say, "No, this is my husband. He ain't coming over here. This is my husband." So that's why it kept going back and forth with the argument. I pushed Tasha into her house. So she called 911 and I told her, "You need to go to the hospital because you was bit pretty bad. You're bleeding and it's not stopping. She did proceed after the police left to go to the hospital.
Miss Mason,
Mm-hmm.
you said that in the midst of me and Tasha fighting, you said in the midst of us fighting, you said Tasha put her hands in my face and I bit her. Miss
Yes,
Mason,
she did.
when me and Tasha started fighting, we didn't even get a chance
Hold
to
on, wait, Miss Craig, this isn't an opportunity to you explain what she said. This is her testimony. Right?
Okay.
You get an opportunity to contest to anything that people may have said from what they come out and said.
I got
But
you.
this ain't that time. So do you have another question?
Okay. Basically, she's saying that
Don't sum it up. Do you have another question for her?
okay. Basically, okay. I'm just trying to get all this caught up in my head because it was 3 years ago. But like I said, like she's saying, is that I threw a brick over her head. This lady is like about 5'10", 5'11". I'm 5'3".
I'm
She-
5'8".
Okay, Miss Craig, but I
And I'm just trying to understand why she's saying that I threw a brick over her head. Why would I throw a brick over your head? That's what
I get that. That's minute in the overall while we're here. So if there's any other questions that you have for her.
I just want to. I just want to know why is everything done changed around now. Other than when me and her talk, like she said, she did explain to me that was my husband.
Wait. But that's her testimony now. I don't know what y'all talked about before. This is
Right.
what she's saying right now.
Right.
And that's what matters most at this time and in this moment.
You are
So
absolutely
if you
right.
have any other questions for her,
I do not.
all right. Miss Hoyette, do you have any redirect? Any other questions for Miss Mason? You're on mute. Miss Hoyette, do you have any other questions for Miss Mason?
No, Your Honor, I don't. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Miss Mason, thank you so much for your testimony and time, but you are free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Miss Miss Craig,
Yes, sir.
do you have any questions for Miss Hoyette?
I do.
Miss Hoyette on mute. Now let me be clear. 'Cause every time I let people please, whoever is sharing Dickey,
The boys have some.
we're gonna have to put you in a waiting room. You always. Oh. Miss Craig, I'm gonna let you cross-examine Miss Hoyette, but I want you to be respectful and I want you to ask her questions. All right, I don't need this to be an opportunity where you berate because I'm not gonna allow that to happen.
Right. I'm respectful.
So,
Tasha.
listen is yours.
Tasha, is she there?
She's there. Ask you a question.
I'm here.
Yes. Well, you're not seeing my husband.
Was I not seeing your husband? Me and your husband were friends for a long time. I never knew anything about you. He cut my son's hair. I have twins, a boy and a girl. If he never told you that. He cut my son's hair since he was 8 years old. He can tell you that. Mm-hmm. And Terry always had a thing for me. I kept it professional with Mr. TC. As my kids were calling. We respected him faithfully. I never knew who you were till you ran up in my house the first time. I ain't know nothing about you. I don't know nothing about you. What y'all got going on? I don't have anything about to say about that.
Next question.
Okay. When I came to my husband's barbershop and you were sitting in there with my husband, I thought you was in there with one of the guys' hair he was cutting. Were you not there for my husband?
He cuts my hair. He used to cut my hair.
Miss Hoyette.
He used to cut hair.
Right. He used to cut your hair, as you say.
Yes.
But Miss Hoyette, that day that I gotten off of work, came up to my husband's shop, and I sat in there and I sat next to I spoke to you. I didn't know who you were. I knew nothing of you. I didn't know who you were. And the guy that my husband, it was 3 guys my husband cut hair, and you were still sitting there. And then when you were still sitting there, I was trying to figure out who you were and who were you there for.
Yes, I didn't get my hair cut. To get my hair cut. He knows the reason I was
Miss Hoyette. That day.
Miss Craig.
Yes, sir.
She's not giving you the response that you ultimately want to hear. And that's her prerogative. Mm-hmm. She's under oath, but if she's not answering, least not giving you the answer that you would desire, move on to the next question.
Well, I respect that. I respect that, Your Honor. What I'm trying to get to the point is all of this. Why is all this going on? What I'm trying to get her to understand is
No. This isn't the time for her to get to understand. This is just for questions. So what question do you have for her next? Because there's an allegation that you caused a battery harm to this woman based upon this palm incident that occurred. And so we want to find out whether or not that is true or not, and whether the allegation of you battering her is in fact occurred, at least up to probable cause.
Okay, sir.
Right.
That she's claiming that I caused a battery on her. It was if I battered her, I don't recall biting her. I don't recall.
Okay, wait. You're again testifying. I know you're an intelligent woman, so I have no doubt that you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
It is time for you to ask her questions. I understand you are very interested in maybe defending yourself, and that's fine. But some of that can come from asking this other individual questions. And so that's what we're asking you to do. Okay. So Ms. Hoyt, please unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay. And then we can continue with questions.
Okay. If she said that you said ask her a question.
Right.
Tasha, that evening, that day, you said I came to your house, and I want to ask you, why were you outside that day when I came to your house?
Because my girls had went to the store and saw you riding really, really fast, following your husband to my house, because you think so much going on between me and him. They saw you by the food depot. You was riding really, really fast. And when you turned in, I was on the phone with my friend. Not that I got to tell you who I was on the phone with. You came to my house following your husband. For what? For what? Why? You disabled me for the rest of my life. I haven't worked since you did that. I haven't worked. I can't work.
Miss Hoyt.
I cannot work, Miss Janet.
Right, that's not the question. So, Ms. Craig, I'm going to give you a couple more questions, Ms. Craig, because you're taking a lot of time and not asking many questions.
I really don't know what to even ask anymore, because they stated what she said. She had Miss Mason. My witness haven't even come in here yet. So when y'all ready for
it's not your turn yet. You don't get that opportunity. Right. So if you don't have any other questions, then you don't have no other questions.
Okay, I don't have any other questions, sir.
That's totally okay.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Hoyt, do you have any other evidence? You had your witness and we looked at your pictures in your head. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Craig.
Yes,
now
sir.
Is your turn. Do you have any email evidence or witness testimony you would like to introduce?
Yes, I didn't email anything, but you said something about
a witness?
Somebody sending me an email to send something. I have my civil the civil case. I had a case on the last time we were supposed to go to court. The first time we were supposed to go to court, I had to go to court the day after that. We went for a civil suit, and it was all dismissed because the judge couldn't find any evidence that all this was real. So I have that dismissal for the civil suit.
And I can take that under advisement, but obviously a civil matter is not here on this particular issue. So,
right.
So anything else, any witness testimony, anything like that?
Yes, I have my husband here.
All right. Okay, well, let's bring it. Where is he?
He's out there. Let me go get him. Can I get him?
You can get him.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
It's kind of dark. Can we get some light on? Y'all can't see.
Move it. Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Can I get you under oath? You swear, affirm, and tell the truth, the whole truth, and the penalty and perjury of the law?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Miss Craig, this is how this is going to work. You're going to get an opportunity to ask Mr. Craig some open-ended questions. You should have seen this happen on other cases. You saw it happen with Ms. Mason. Feel free to ask Mr. Craig some questions.
Do you have any questions for me?
Oh, he's talking to me?
You have to ask him. Yes, this is your witness.
Okay. Were you and Tasha seeing each other?
We were friends.
So y'all wasn't seeing each other?
We were friends.
Were y'all?
I was that don't have nothing to do with the case. I cut Tasha hair and
Hold on, sir. Mr. Folks.
I'm answering the question.
Yeah, you gotta answer the question, not whatever you want to say.
We were seeing each other. I'd go to Tasha's house, yes. We're friends.
This is your wife asking the questions, not me. So answer the questions, whoever did.
I just did. I answered the question.
Next question.
Okay, wasn't y'all sleeping together?
Yes.
Okay. That evening, that afternoon that we went to her house, I followed you there, but I didn't follow directly behind you.
No.
They're saying that I came directly behind you. I pulled in with you. Her daughter, them seen me coming there, going by Food Depot.
Okay.
Food Depot is 10 minutes from her house.
Hold on, Miss Craig, you're getting excited. Ask questions.
Okay. When we fought, did you see Tasha put her hand in my mouth and I bite her during that fight?
I didn't see that in particular. No.
Okay. Did you hold me in the bear hug and Tasha was pulling my hair?
Yes.
What did you say to Tasha when she was pulling my hair?
Stop fighting, stop punching.
What did you say to Tasha when she was pulling my hair?
All I remember trying to break up the fight. What did I say to Tasha when I was breaking up there? All I was saying was stop. Y'all need to stop fighting.
What did you say to her when she was pulling my hair?
Now, Miss Craig, you've asked this question 3 times. If he don't know what you looking for, then he just don't know. Maybe you need to ask a different question.
When Tasha was pulling my hair, what were you saying to her when she was pulling my hair? What were you saying to Tasha when she was pulling my hair?
It's okay. He can hear and understand what you're saying. Give him an
You didn't
opportunity.
pull my hair.
Ma'am, Miss Craig.
I'm fucking fighting. What more is there?
Mr. Craig, this is getting out of hand.
I'm just trying to. I'm wondering about all the hype and everything coming from. I'm here to answer damn questions.
Folks, my concern is that this has gotten to a place where I'm concerned about y'all. Y'all to make
you don't have to worry about her.
I'm just trying to get y'all to answer questions. Now listen. I think we can proceed without this getting out of hand. Now I don't know what's gonna happen when I stop this camera. I hope that y'all go and have a happy evening.
Oh, we okay.
I'm not so sure that happened. But my duty at this moment is to get Miss Craig to ask you a question. Turn the camera back on, first off. I'm not gonna let y'all turn the camera off. Well, I'll send the police to your house and we'll make this a different event. Keep the camera on. Now, Miss Craig, I understand that this may be this is a sensitive matter to you. And I understand that this may hurt you. But you're not the one who brought the matter. Miss Hoyer did. I'm not sure whether or not it's your intention to try and embarrass your husband or whatever it is, but you took him back. So if you're mad, you can be mad, but you're not going to be mad in this hearing. You're going to ask these questions or you're not. So either ask the questions or don't ask the questions. Simple as that. Now, are we going to continue with questioning Mr. Craig or are you going to be done? Unmute yourself and turn your camera back on. Turn your camera back on. Clerk.
Yes, sir.
It's not a good time to have a technical difficulty.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't think y'all need to move around no more. No, I can't hear you now.
I didn't know the
Now come back and bring in Mr. Craig. Come sit down, Mr. Craig. Now, Miss Craig, come sit right next to him. Get close so I can see both y'all in the camera. There you go. There you go. If this still gonna be your husband, be close.
Yeah, we got a budget card right here.
Maybe y'all need that. But at this moment, I'm concerned. So let me see your face. I want to see your hands. There you go. All right. Do you have any other questions for Mr. Craig? Any? This is not an opportunity to berate him about cheating. Okay? You've done that already. Anything else?
Why did he go to her house that day?
It's not relevant. Anything else?
Nothing.
Okay. See, when it really is, you don't care about whether or not this happened. You only care about putting him out there. If you're gonna be a wife, be a wife.
I've been all that, sir, and more.
All right. So then know that this is not that opportunity to do that. All right. Ms. Hoyt, do you have any cross-examination questions for Mr. Craig?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right. Mr. Craig?
Yes, Mr. TC. So and before you got ready to leave to go to the shop that day, you didn't tell me to call the police on Miss Craig?
I told you to do what you got to do.
Okay. Yeah, after she did what? She bit me in my hand, right? Or you didn't see
Because
that?
y'all was fighting.
Okay.
It's up to you to do what you wanted to do.
No, I can't. It went up to me to do what I need to do
All
with
right,
that.
Ms. Hoyt, I'm gonna tell you the same thing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ask another question.
I don't have any more questions, Your Honor. I'm done.
Ms. Craig, do you have any redirect?
You said, do I have any more questions, sir?
Mr. Craig.
Excuse me?
Hold on. I'm just saying, does your wife have any more questions for you?
Okay.
I just want to know, why did he go to her house that day?
And you can see that it's not relevant. You can use your imagination, Ms. Craig. I'm sure you already have. All right, folks. Now we've come to the end. So I'm going to give everybody an opportunity, about 3 minutes, to tell me why an arrest warrant should be issued. Now, remember, Ms. Hoyt, we're here on battery, simple battery harm. All right. And so tell me why you believe an arrest warrant should be issued against Ms. Craig. Ms. Craig, do not speak out of turn. I'll give you an opportunity to speak.
Yes, Your Honor. Like I say, it did happen a while ago, 3 years ago. I haven't worked since. I do have all my paperwork to show that I am not able to work. I am disabled. I had my hearing on 3/23. This woman came to my house 3 times, as you can see, about her husband. And I just got messed up in the end. I'm totally disabled, and I am. So I feel bad for myself that I got in a situation between them. You know what I mean? And I shouldn't have been in, but I ended up being in a situation that I shouldn't have been in, that pertained to him and her. So because I haven't worked, and she should be able to pay me because I don't have any income. Who's supposed to pay for my doctor bills? Who? And I'm still finding doctors, gotta find a doctor to try to probably cut this wound out because it's so bad. By the mouth being the nastiest part of your body. And now I'm dealing with it. It's pain and suffering every day. And it is. So yes, she should be arrested.
All right. All right, Ms. Craig, you can unmute yourself and tell me, you got about 3 to 4 minutes here to about 8:23:24 to tell me why an arrest warrant should not be issued.
Your Honor, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. The reason why I shouldn't be arrested, Tasha knew that I was married. Well, Terry was married. They had been seeing each other for quite some time. My husband had several women. So she was my least worry. Yes, I knew they were seeing each other because he told me that they were seeing each other. The first time I went to her house, I followed my husband there because I didn't know where he was going because he was disappearing every Sunday. I followed my husband to her house, and when I knocked on her door, she opened the door, and I told her who I was. She shook me. We shook hands, and I said, "I'm his wife." She said, "Oh, okay." He didn't even know I had walked in. I had walked in behind him. When he turned around and saw me, he asked me, what was I doing there? I said, "You are here." And we just stared at each other. I left. We both left together. Me and my husband left together. The second time I went to her house, I was looking for my car. He was in my car. I didn't follow him over that day. My girlfriend took me over there to get my car. I went over there. My car was parked at her apartment complex. I sat there. I did not go to her door. I sat there because I called him. He said he was out and about. When I called him, him and her pulled up with him and her daughter in the car. They pulled up, and when they pulled up, me and him got into an argument out there because he was in my car at her house, but he was in the truck with her. That was the second time I went there. The third time I went to her house, me and him had a dispute here at my house because on that Friday evening, no, it wasn't Friday evening, it was Saturday evening. He texted me and said, I miss my wife. And I sent him some pictures that a friend sent me of the day before of him and her sitting in front of his barbershop, collaborating, talking and going on. She was in my truck, in my car, and he was in the truck. So they've been seeing each other. The trucks, the vehicles were in my name and the insurance was in my name. This woman is riding around in my vehicles and she gonna tell me that she didn't know that he was married.
Just why the arrest warrant should be issued.
Okay, the rest of because I've never been in trouble. I've never been in any kind of trouble. I've never been to jail. I got a decent life going for myself, and I think this girl wants my life. Well, I ain't gonna say girl, this young lady wants my life, and she can't have my life. She can't have my life. Now, whatever her and my husband got going on, that's on them. When I went to her house that day, I didn't go there for her. I was going there for him. She charged me. And I defended myself. And the judge for the silver suit proved that. When she said I tried to run over her in the grass, he asked her where was she standing. She was standing in the road. She said I tried to run over her. I went around her. She hit the tail end of my car on the passenger side with her cell phone or her house phone, whatever it was. That's what made me stop. When I saw her, I had no intentions in dealing with her. I was going to my husband.
You're about out of time. Last couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Yeah, but that was it. My intention wasn't with her. It was my dealing with my husband. I'm not married to her. I'm married to Terry. So I wasn't going there for her. She came after me. All right. I never went to her house.
Okay. All right. So folks, obviously we've heard a lot. Obviously there was a lot of stopping and starting in this matter. Obviously there's a lot of heated emotions, which is understandable. These are I tell people every day, and I'm just going to give you guys this tidbit. More people die for real over emotions. Less people die after people threatening them physically with real bodily harm. It's really emotions. I see more people murdered over emotions. People cheating, people claiming they cheating. I don't know what it is, but cheating is the leading cause of murder, or at least beatings. And so I'm just so concerned about that because, here we are. You guys are grown. We're not talking about 17 and 16-year-olds anymore. We're talking about grown women and men. Mm-hmm. And we've got some real concerns about what's going on. But what we also have, obviously, is a situation where two individuals, really three, got into an exchange where blows were thrown. And this wasn't a situation where it appears that one person was the primary aggressor over the other, because I've got allegations that Ms. Hoyt, that you were grabbing and punching. I've got allegations that Ms. Gregg was also punching or biting as well. There doesn't seem to be any dispute of that. What it seems to be, though, is that there seems to be obviously some type of fight that's taking place between you both, and then certain injuries are occurring. I don't hear, though, where there was any weapon that was used. I don't hear anything where there was a unequal amount of at least aggressiveness put towards another person. What I hear is a fight that happened between essentially a lover's quarrel. And as I say before, this far too often happens in murder. It's just far too often. But my issue, though, Ms. Hoyt, is that this wasn't a purely attack directly against you, where this was a matter where you were the primary suspect for her fury. This was a situation where the husband was there, you were there, arguments exploded, and then a fight broke out. It appears that during that fight, your hand was bitten. That subsequently caused you serious injuries. I'm not sure, though, that was the intent. Does it seem as if I have any information that was the intent of Ms. Craig to cause you serious injuries? And there doesn't seem to be any dispute from your witness nor Mr. Craig that you were fighting and hitting her in the face, obviously, based upon the testimony that your hand was by her mouth. There'd be no other reason why her hand would be by your mouth and then you're punching her, grabbing her face. That's a concern. That's a concern. And so before I give my ruling here, I just want to just briefly just state, Mr. and Mrs. Craig, y'all have been married, it sounds like, for a long time. I hate to see any aggressive, especially on live. That's just not called for, and y'all know better than that. But I just want to make sure that if y'all are going to be together, then y'all know what that requires. And I just want to just say that. And but with that, I don't see where the probable cause, where this is purely a battery against you, Ms. Hoyt, and all of the totality of the allegations. And so I'm not going to be issuing an arrest warrant this evening, and that's going to be the order of the court. All right. All right. You folks are excused.
I know what I'm gonna do. That's fucked up. It's messed up. It's messed up. She got
Ms. Hoyt, we're not going to have any commentary at the moment. That's the court's decision. And Ms. Craig, you may.